if you step outside, it does not
yikes.
look good, does it at all? This doesn't even look like Atlanta.
No.
Well, it is dry for now, cloudy conditions. We're in for more sunshine, at least for your election day tomorrow, ahead of a first alert weather day for widespread rain. That's going to make a return, but it's going to be again after election day, alongside first alert meteorologist Cutter Martin.
It looks like fall. Finally feels like fall a little bit. Little sunshine, warmer weather, and then Wednesday's the big day to keep an eye on. If you have outdoor plans or maybe the longer commutes, could be kind of a messy one Wednesday into Wednesday night. First alert weather day. The first alert weather team is just signaling Wednesday is a day to watch for impactful weather. And in this scenario, in this case, we're talking about the chance of widespread rain and the potential for some heavy rain in the first alert forecast. I want to actually bring you back to the big map here. What we're watching is not only a tropical system, now tropical depression 18, but a front. So kind of a battle of the seasons here, summer and fall, both working in tandem to help boost our rain chance as we get into Wednesday. We have the gloom outside right now, and there is a spotty chance of rain in the forecast. There probably will be a little bit of drizzle this evening with temperatures nearly steady in the upper 50s and in the lower 60s. But compared to Wednesday, rain not much of an impact this evening. Temperatures right now upper 50s, lower 60s. So get the idea, we're not going to cool all that much more. Temperatures basically steady. So if you think it's cool, you want the light jacket now, that's probably a good rule through the rest of the evening. Out the door tomorrow morning, basically waking up the temperatures that we will go to sleep with tonight. Not much of a difference in temperature over the next 12 hours. Light jackets, once again, sprinkles, a little bit of drizzle possible in the morning. And then finally, we're going to break out into a little bit of sunshine as we get into your election day Tuesday afternoon. And with a little bit of sun, won't take much. Temperatures rebounding back into the upper 70s. Some could hit 80 degrees tomorrow afternoon. So election day, your voting forecast, if you haven't head out yet, it's not going to be a bad one, but gloomiest 8 o'clock in the morning for the lunch break voting. Much warmer and starting to see a little bit of sun. Could see an isolated shower 4 p.m. I think mostly dry for the final voters just before the top of the 7 o'clock hour. But again, overall a low impact, not much of an issue for your election day Tuesday. 78 Atlanta, 76 Carrollton, pushing 80 LaGrange, the same in Thomaston. Look at Eatonton, 81 degrees. Our mountain community still a little bit cooler in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And then all eyes turn to Wednesday. Tropical depression 18, forecast to be tropical storm Rafael tonight into tomorrow. A hurricane approaching Cuba, and at least a category 1 hurricane somewhere within this cone of uncertainty as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, though could achieve that and even get a little bit stronger. Thankfully forecast to weaken as it approaches the Gulf Coast. As far as our forecast is concerned, no direct tropical impacts, but a first alert weather day because we're going to get a slug of that tropical moisture kind of caught up in this front. So widespread rain is a possibility, and that rain could be heavy even though this system is going to remain well to our south. Rain looking to build in late morning into the afternoon. Rain will be heavy afternoon and evening, could impact that evening commute Wednesday, and a few showers could even linger into Thursday. Right now, low chances of rain Saturday and Sunday.
Cutter, thank you.